will change your circumstance. He will change your condition. And you can sit right where you are right now. He can change your financial reality. And you don't have to put in a new job application. He can give you financial breakthrough right now, right where you sit, right where you stand. I want you to understand that. Now, you young people, I want you to understand this. Being broke is a state of mind. Being broke is a state of mind. Poverty is a spirit. It has nothing to do with how much money is in your bank account or how much money or how many assets you own. It is a state of mind. And so right now you have a choice. I can remember, God just put it in me. I can remember being young, and I would always say, and it was a joke in my family, sometimes they still say it. I said, what's $1? Give me $1. What's $1? Boy, ain't nobody got no dollar. You don't have $1? Well, what's $1? I want you to open up your mind. When we see, we're going to spend a little bit more time in this word. And you're going to see that you can be broke with zero and you can be broke with $1 million. You're going to see that you can be wealthy with $1 million and you can be wealthy with zero. And the first thing you want to fix is your mind and your spirit as it pertains to finance. Because what we're going to see today, that if your mind and your spirit is poor, no matter how much money someone deposits in you, guess what you're going to be? Poor. It's a fact. And we're going to look at this in a minute. I want you to argue with me. I want you to debate it in your mind and in your spirit. And I got some information for you that I believe is going to handle all of that. Because I want you free financially. I want to be free financially. I want to be free physically. I want to be free emotionally. I want to be free spiritually. Anybody agree with one or all of the above? All of the above. I mean, that was a time in my life where sin reigned and ruled, and it was as if I didn't have a choice but to do wrong, Malvo. Did not have a choice. The Bible talks about not being able to go to sleep until you sin. I was like that. Man, I had to do something, you know. I just couldn't sleep. Because I was not spiritually free. There are things that have happened in my life that have emotionally bothered me. I spoke with an individual yesterday, and the individual was telling me something that their father did. Now, this individual is about 45. And they were emotionally shackled. And I told him, brother, let's free that. You want to be free emotionally. Stop holding grudges. It doesn't matter what they did. They were not mature. They were immature. Chalk it up to that and move on. But you want to be free. But the other area, and we don't want to lose sight of this, you want to be free financially. And there's something here in this word today, I'm telling you. If you go with me, man, you'll get free financially. Right now you're working, you're getting a check. Based on your mind and your spirit, I know how much money you have. It's going to tell me. I don't know how much they're paying you. I don't know how much you got in your pocket. But your mindset and your spirit going to tell me how much you're going to be able to keep. It's going to tell me what side of this line you're going to be on. The line of poverty or the line of wealth. I want you to see this. This is a state of mind, a state of being. It's life changing right now where you are. If you receive this truth, your life is going to change. So let's look a little bit deeper and see what happened here. I'm going to look at 27. However, not to give offense to them, go to the sea and cast the hook and take the first fish that comes up. And when you open its mouth, you'll find a shekel. Take that and give it to them for me and for yourself. So there's a lot of giving and there's a lot of getting here. There's a lot of giving and there's a lot of getting. So what I want you to see is, first thing is, take your finances. Somebody take $100 a month. That's your revenue. $100 a month. $100 a month. Somebody take $1,000 a month. That's your revenue. It's okay. See, it doesn't matter how much it is. That part of it doesn't matter. Somebody take $10,000 a month. That's your revenue. And if you know specifically what you bring in as a household, average all that up. Look at it. Now, the first thing I want you to understand is we are not spenders. That's the first terminology I want to eradicate from your spirit. We are not spenders. You do not spend money. You do not discard this and have it no more. That concept is gone. Remove the concept of spending. You are not a consumer. Remove that concept from your thinking process. You are not a consumer. You are not a purchaser of a certain brand. Whether that be Lacoste, whether that is Polo, whether that is Nike, you are not obligated to be their consumer who spends money in their enterprise. So get that mentality out of the way. And what are you then? You're seed planters. I want to tell you today 4 areas that you can start planting seeds in. Now, one thing about a seed is you're going to receive something on the back end from that seed. I want you to see 4 areas in which you can plant seed. And to make it easy for you, we'll deal with seed. Seed. Somebody say, the power is in the seed. The power is in the seed. Your future is in your seed. Let me tell you something. 60% of the bottom 20%, 60% of the revenue is spent on today. The top 20%, 60% of their revenue is spent towards the far tomorrow. 60% of the bottom 20% spends revenue on the right now today. 60% of the top 20% spends it far in the distance. Now the top 20% will take that 60% and they'll spend it on insurance, they'll spend it on education, and they'll spend it on leisure. The bottom spends it on things that God said He'll give us. You spend it on housing, something to cover the body. We spend it on clothing, something to what? Cover the body. And we spend it on food, something to power the body. And over there in Matthew chapter 6, God said, I'll give you those things. I'm going to give you food, I'm going to give you clothing, and I'm going to give you shelter. Don't even worry about that. But 60% of what we get, we do not plant seeds in those areas. We spend in that area. And one thing I want you to understand about spending, once you put that on the water, it's gone. It's gone. Now, we only have a little bit. So we don't want to take that little bit and spend it wastefully, and now we can't get it back. So I want you to understand this principle of seed time and harvest. Seed time and harvest. That's Genesis chapter 8. But seed time and harvest will always be in the earth. Planting and harvesting will always be in the earth. So I want you to understand the seed. Now the first thing about the seed is you want to start sowing in the spiritual work of God. Do everything percentage-wise. You want to start sowing, not spending. You want to start sowing in the spiritual work of God, which of course includes being responsible for some local church in the earth. You want to do that. You want to do that investment. It doesn't have to be City of Faith Church. It can be any church that you desire. But you want to be a participant, that's a financial participant. And you want to sow in a particular church. Now, wisdom says wherever you're being fed and wherever you're growing and wherever you're maturing, that's where you want to sow. But you want that a part of who you are, a part of your DNA. Because when we start getting to the giving, we got to first look at the give. Where have we been sowing? Because the spending is not going to help with the giving. The spending is going to be gone. And hopefully the shirt or the food will last. But you want to be a seed planter in the earth. Now, next thing I want you to understand about this, I want you to get this part about your household down. Because you want to start sowing in your entire household. See, a lot of times, I got bills to pay. Wrong mindset. Wrong mindset. Wrong mindset. I'm investing in my family. See, wrong mindset. You don't have bills to pay. Don't pay them. It's all right. You're sowing in your household. You're sowing in your wife. You're sowing in your husband. You are sowing in your children in the name of Jesus. And you're expecting that when you sow, God's going to give you a return. So you're going to first sow to the spiritual work of God in the earth. Then you want to sow and you let God move you and show you the percentages. Over there in 2 Corinthians chapter 8 and 9, it talks about when you purpose in your heart, give that which you have already purposed in your heart. But I want you to see this seed time and harvest because you're going to set yourself up for greatness in the earth. Give, man. I want you to see it. In your household, give. There are probably not any other men here today, but there are some men, they will not give in their household. Can any women identify with that? You ever had a man took his money everywhere but home? Has anybody ever seen that or heard of that? I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. Any men ever had a young lady and she spent money everywhere but with you and at the house? You know, we spend money all over. But you want to invest in your home. Put a picture on the wall of your home. Invest in it. Because you don't know what that image is doing to your children when they see it every day. See, God is saying that if you sow, I will give you a return. And the return He gives us will be so amazing, we won't be able to see what all it is. And then the other thing I want you to understand about seed time and harvest, what you plant in the earth is not what you get back in large form.
Amen. Amen.
See, you don't plant a black seed and then you get back, you get this huge black seed and say, wow, what you gonna do with that? It's not gonna help you. So you plant a watermelon seed and you get this wonderful fruit that's juicy and it's red or yellow watermelon maybe, and it has a green shell on it. It has no comparison to what was planted. Amen. So sometimes what we trip ourselves up in the seed time and harvest process, and the reason we stop and we stunt the flow of God's blessing in our lives is because we give money and we try to get money back. Amen. See, we give money and try to get money back. Well, what do you spend money on? Money? No. You spend money on things like health insurance. Like I need some cough syrup medicine at the grocery store. Like my stove broke, so oops, we gotta get another one. Or somebody bust my window out. Man, I have to go buy a window. Man, my car burned a lot of gas. Gas went up. I need gas. Boy, I need a haircut. So you got to spend money on a haircut. Boy, you broke your glasses. Now you got to spend money on glasses. Sometimes what God will give you back is that which you spend money on, not necessarily money. And so that'll be the first savings, and you have to start recognizing that, start seeing that. See, seed time and harvest. I want you to see this. I want you to feel this. I want you to be financially free. I don't want you to wait till you're 25 and 30. You're too late in the game. I want you to be early in this process. Harrison's right there. I can remember being a teenager. I was 16 years old. And now the first business I started, I was about 13 years old. And I had a cologne business. Boy, I was trying, man. I was just trying. And because I had this principle, buy low, sell high. I'm about 13, but I understood that. Now at about the age of 5 or 6, I understand, go by the store, get some Nihilators for 10 cents, or however much they were, go over there and sell them for 15 cents. So we'd be at the recess selling them Nihilators. So then at 13, we selling cologne. So then at 16, I see all these, the late night commercials with real estate and all this kind of stuff. And so I had my sister, his mother, he probably didn't know that story. And boy, I had her take me to those shows. And you had to buy the package for $200 or $300. And I had a little money. And so I make her go buy the package and sign the paperwork. She would do it. I was 16, 17 years old. When I first was in college, I was at Clark Atlanta University. And man, I look at foreclosures and things of that nature. Young, So you got to start this money process early. If you want some money, don't wait late in the game. Start the money process what? Early. Start it now. Go around looking at houses and things of that nature. Man, early in the process. I want you to see this. Early in the process. Awaken your financial mind, your financial freedom. He can have it. But I want you to understand the seed time and harvest. So you want to invest in your household. Everybody got